Happy Monday, print fam. My name's Darren. Welcome back to the print shop. Now, I said I was going to vlog on Saturday, but after showing with the family, which was a much needed and very fun thing to do, I worked on these stickers, but I just had people in and out of the house and it was just crazy. So I couldn't record. I also didn't do the shelf like I wanted to, so hopefully we can get that done sometime this week. But right now, getting some work done is more important. I'm doing 15,000 stickers total. I've got all of them printed. I just need to get the rest of them cut. I probably have about half of them cut. So I'm gonna get these taken off the printer, moved over to the cutter, get them going, and kind of go through Monday.com. I know we've got some design things for like some graduation cards and a few different things on the Konica, and then for the large format we have some more stickers and stuff to print. So should be a good day, should have lots of fun. Let's get started. All right, the Harley labels are still, or stickers are still cutting in the other room. I think I have one or two more batches to cut. These hand sanitizer labels that I did on mock rolls, I got all finished and I rolled them up into strips of mostly 8, and some have 9, but got those ready to deliver. That same customer just sent me another hand sanitizer label as well as a postcard label, or a postcard order. So gotta look at those, see when they're due. I think these are not due till Friday, and I would rather deliver everything all at once because I charge them a delivery fee per item, and if I only have to make one trip, that's super helpful for me. Sent in a screen printed order to my screen printer this morning, and I have to work on a couple more artwork things and place an order to Sandmar. So I'm gonna get that going. All right, got the tiny hand sanitizer label order done. It was 200 labels, took about 4 square feet. Now we've got 3 sets of business cards. We got the initial print done, just waiting for the machine to turn on. We'll do the cut test, make sure it looks good. We also have some graduation announcements and then some 8.5 by 5.5 prints. The graduation announcements are 5 by 7s. Everything, well, all the business cards are on 130 pound glossy cover, and the 5x7 is glossy cover, and then the 8.5 by 5.5 is matte cover. Again, also 130 pound. As soon as these are all wrapped up, we'll go over prices for the postcards. All right, the Harley decals are pretty much all done, other than I'm gonna have my kids remove, can't do this one, remove the matrix just so it looks a little cleaner. It's a good little job for them. They're always asking if they can help, so it'll look nice for the customer and it'll give them something to do. The family is off swimming right now, so I'm trying to get a few more things done. Mainly, I'm trying to get some shirts and hats ordered that I'm late on ordering, so hopefully they still get here in time. I still have a few different design things that I can do, but I do have a bunch of orders that are specifically for Father's Day. That's next week, or I guess this Sunday. So I've got some shirts that I need to specifically get designed and done for that. And I also have a couple of charcoal shirts that I'm not sure why we ordered them. I think Bob ordered them, but there's no job in here for Bob that has them. So, I don't know. My wife just texted me, said they're getting out of the pool, so I've only got a few more minutes. So I'm gonna try to get a couple of design things wrapped up. I'll probably end up working late again tonight. I can't remember what I was gonna say. It's been a late one. It is 12:40. I just finished another job on the HP Latex that I didn't film since we already filmed a couple of them today. But I will say, because I have these less expensive, better cutting blades, I've been using it more for perfing to save myself time, because if the machine can do the work, then I can do something else rather than taking it out to like the keen cut. In this case, we did some names, so I just quickly threw a perf border around all the names and a perf border around the box for the actual design. And that's what leads me to the next thing, where I promised you some numbers from the Konica. And I realized in thinking about it that me giving you these numbers are probably not going to be as helpful as they can, just because my service contract is going to be different than your service contract. It could be that you don't have a service contract. It could be that you're just paying for toner and you're maintaining the printer yourself. Like maybe you picked up a used printer and you're taking care of it, versus my printer comes with what is called a per click charge, which is negotiated with you and whomever you're purchasing it from. In my case, my per click covers any piece of paper from as small as the printer will print, which I have no idea what that is, up to 13 by 19, and it covers a single side of that piece of paper. And I pay a color click and a black and white click, and what I pay is based off of what I negotiated with them. And as part of that per click and the contract that I negotiated, it's a 5-year contract, and as long as I pay my per clicks, then anything that goes wrong with the machine, they will cover. The only thing I'm obligated to cover are staples and the paper itself. Everything else, if something breaks, if I need it tuned up, if I just want them to come by, if there's a color issue, everything is covered. And while it would definitely be cheaper to do it myself, at least I believe it would be significantly cheaper, that peace of mind was very reassuring for me, and it's a very set cost. I know what that's going to cost me. Now, part of the way that I've determined what my actual per click cost is I have a spreadsheet that I put together that incorporates the cost of the machine. So it includes the monthly payment and the utilities that I'm paying and everything associated with the printer to maintain it. And all of that gets split across the device itself to determine the real click cost. Because what number I pay Konica, which in my case, I bought my machine directly from Konica Minolta USA. And so the rate that I pay them is not what it really cost me, because it cost me to power the machine, it cost me to own the machine, it cost me to buy staples and just all that stuff. All the insurance and everything associated with having the printer needs to be calculated, because if you don't, if I just said, oh, like let's just say a black and white cost me a penny, if I'm only calculating a penny, I'll be losing money. That said, I will go over the numbers for the postcards that I did today. So they were an 8.5, let me find it here, an 8.5 by 5.5. In this case, we did 50 of them, and I tried to run them 4 up, but I was having the issue with the tailing edge, and I just couldn't get it to work, so I had to reduce it to 3, which I think was 16 pages, 17 pages. But in reality, I wasted 3 figuring out that 4 doesn't work. Now I've calculated based off of all my spreadsheets and all my numbers that with my 130 pound paper, it cost me about 35 cents per page to print and cut it. And so in reality, that job cost me $7 to produce. In this case, it's a wholesale job, so I didn't sell it at my regular rate, but I should say I didn't sell at my retail rate, but I also didn't have to do anything. The artwork was done, the bleed was there, it was the right bleed. If it's not, then I email them back saying, hey, fix this. And all I had to do was open my impose template in the command workstation, couldn't remember what it was called, and print. And I already have the template set up because they've ordered this same thing before. They paid the setup fee to get that template made the first time. And so my profit on this particular job is about $30. At the same time, I ran a job for Bob, which was 65 by 7s. I'm trying to find it in Monday. Storage was full. Story of my life. So there were 60 5x7s. The 5x7 on a 12x18, you can fit 4 of them. So we had 20 sheets. Am I doing my math right? Oh, 15 sheets. Not doing my math right. 15 sheets. This was the glossy cover, which is the same cost. That is not right. I did minus. So this cost for that job was $5.25. We also included the envelopes, which I think those are 4 cents a piece. So another $2.40, $2.50 roughly. So this job cost roughly $5.75 to produce, and he sold it for $40. That all said, typically when I'm retailing my glossy cover, my heavy stock, I try to get basically $1 per page out of it. So that's just what I try to do, whether it's business cards, postcards, flyers, what have you. That's kind of my target. Sometimes I get more, sometimes I get less, but the goal is to just continue to move on. With business cards, I definitely am trying to kind of take the Walmart approach, where it's like, okay, I just want to get a bunch of orders rather than less orders and make more money on them. But that's been kind of a slow process, and I've always used business cards as somewhat of a loss leader. Compared to all the local companies around me, I'm about $20 cheaper regardless of what quantity you get, but it helps win customers. And doing business cards locally is not meant to make money. It's meant to be used as a loss leader to be able to get the rest of their work, and frankly it's worked quite well. So that's the story about the pricing of today. Today was really good. I'm really happy with it. I've got a few more things to get wrapped up, and then we'll close out for the night. You guessed it, print fam. It's that time again. It's time to call it a night. I really need to make a better effort to not go to bed so late on Monday night, because I gotta be up early for BNI. But I'm very satisfied with the day. Tomorrow we've got a few different things lined up. I wrote it on a sticky note even though I shouldn't have. We've got some design work. We have some aprons, and I'm sure some other things will come up. The design work, we're doing a couple of wedding announcements and a board game. The files were provided to me, but I have to just modify them, make sure they're the right bleed and file size and whatnot. The aprons are going to be done on Bach, and I might end up doing some hats. I do work for a Service Master franchise, and normally they order the same hat all the time, but last time when I was doing hats, I had an extra Richardson, and I did it, and I didn't mark it and say that I gave it to them. I should have. And they said, oh, we need 15 more hats. We want the same ones that we usually do, but let's go ahead and get 5 of those snapback ones. And I was like, what? And they had to find the kid who had one because they only had one. And so I might end up embroidering these tomorrow just to get some done and out of the way. The regular ones that they order were purchased through OttoCap, O-T-T-O cap, C-A-P.com. I think that's right. AutoCap.com. And Got my order for Sanmar, so in the next couple of days we'll be doing a bunch of light toner stuff. Got some stuff to do there. We also got the different designs for the Father's Day shirts done, so we'll be doing that with the black heat transfer. Relatively soon we'll also be doing some backlit because Bob is ordering. Oh, I got it. Mosquito. Bob is getting some Lexan probably tomorrow. So we got some backlit stuff coming up as well. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can see all the fun that we're having. In the meantime though, if you have any questions about what I do, why I do it, how I do it, etc. There's another dang mosquito. Leave questions down in the comments. Thank you, Cam, for editing the videos. We really appreciate you. All of us here in the print fam appreciate your hard work, especially me. If you want to support the channel, you can do so with the links in the description. Amazon affiliate, Patreon, you can order business cards, you can email me about custom quotes as well. As always though, we just appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I would really like to see you tomorrow. Bye, print fam.
Huge shout out to our patrons over at patreon.com/TTMS.